keep my hand in the fire. Won't learn my lesson till I let it burn, but never lose my desire.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you are new here. My name is Jocelyn. Today's video is gonna be a little different than my normal vlogs or home decor hauls. Since I've been releasing a lot of home decor hauls in this channel, especially about furniture pieces that I've been getting from secondhand, you guys been having a lot of questions about tips and tricks, how to get these items, how to approach the seller and all that. So I decided to just go ahead and make this video for you guys. This video is more for information and hopefully to give you guys some clarity how to shop safely. If you guys are new here, 90% of my apartment is furnished with Facebook Marketplace finds, and with that being said, a lot of you guys have questions, so I decided to make this video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start it. I wrote some notes on my phone, so if you guys see me constantly looking down, it's because of that. But with that being said, let's go ahead and start with the first one. So the first thing I want to share with you guys is customize your radar. I know sometimes we don't want to do the drive, sometimes 30 minutes sounds like a lot, sometimes an hour. If you guys been following my vlogs, I make a drive of 2 hours, 4 hours for things that I really wanted. So the first thing that I'll do is customize the radar, meaning willing to probably drive more than expected for the product that I want. Ideally, we would like to have everything 10 or 15 minutes away. The reality is that most of the times tend to be very far away from us, even in another state. I guess the question would be how bad you want it. And because personally I did long trips to get most of my items that I have, I didn't have no issues with that. I was willing to do that. I'm talking about going to a whole new state to pick them up because that's how bad I wanted them, especially when it comes to vintage furniture built in the 70s, because they are very rare to find and they're not making them no more. So with that being said, I was willing to make those long trips just to make sure I get what I wanted. But yeah, you go to Facebook Marketplace and you can amplify your radar. Of course, I always start small. I start in Charlotte to see what's up over here. I switch for like 30 minutes or more miles, and you know, you always can just change your state, you can change your zip code, you can change literally everything. So the reason why some people are not successful when it comes to find things on Facebook Marketplace is because they think that it's that close to just get whatever. And sometimes, you know, these things comes with, again, kind of like sacrifice, driving for long hours, or you know, just expand your radar. You guys gonna see like it's so many options besides where you live, and that's how I was able to get most of my pieces. The second tip I want to share is use specific keywords for what you are looking for. If it's travertine material, make sure you include that in your search. I found a lot of things on Target, right? And if I put Target, of course I get like clothing and a lot of things. So I try to be more specific in my search, and I search for threshold, which is the Sturmaki line from Target, or also I do heart and hand, you know, those things that still resemble to Target because they're from Target, but people sometimes use those exact words. And be more specific with your words when it comes to searching. It's gonna help you a lot to just get exactly what you want. I also get a lot of questions about my tessellated stone tables. If you just put table, you're gonna get tables from any kind, from antiques, modern, all kinds, but I wanted specifically tessellated stone tables. So sometimes saying the right word instead to just put table, dining table, or you know, yeah, you can search that way if you're just looking for anything. But if you want to be more specific, I highly suggest to just put exactly what you're looking for, and you're gonna see in your search everything is gonna just come together. You're gonna see that the more specific you are with your words when you are searching here on Facebook Marketplace, the better results you get on your listings. The next point is check people's profiles and reviews. Is the way to determine how legit is the account and how other people think about the seller. So you're gonna get a lot of spams. You're gonna get a lot of people trying to scam you. I've been there before. They're literally trying to scam me, especially when they try to use Zelle and they ask you for your email and stuff like that. Just don't. That happens to me all the time. So I'm pretty familiar with scammers. I already know conversations that they start because it's so repetitive. Literally, it's a copy paste. Like every single scammer, they try to scam me on Facebook Marketplace, they use the same story. Like, I'm out of town, my brother's coming over and he don't have cash, but I can sell you. And matter of fact, because it's a business account, I'm gonna sell you double. Why you want to send a completely stranger like me double of the amount that I'm asking just because it's a business account, and that's the only way that basically my sale account can be converted to whatever it is? Don't fall for that. Highly recommend to check reviews. You guys know I'm a seller myself. I sell a lot of things on Facebook Marketplace. Currently have like almost 5 stars. You cannot really please anybody, so I almost have 5 stars. And one of the things that I noticed that helps a lot to my Facebook Marketplace is the reviews. The more reviews people see, the 5 stars stars that they see, they feel more comfortable to make deals with you. And it's very important to check reviews from people, make sure it's legit, check the profiles. You know, you can click there and make sure they didn't just created that profile like 5 minutes ago, because again, it's a lot of scamming going on Facebook Marketplace, and if you don't pay attention, you can easily find yourself in a really bad situation. The next point is gonna have to be, of course, always bring somebody with you. I cannot stress enough for this. I mean, it's been times where I go by myself, but again, I do my research, I check the seller, I see reviews, I see other people commenting, and it seems pretty solid. But even that, I always share my location with my boyfriend or somebody else just to make sure they're tracking my location if it's a case where, you know, Terrence cannot come over here. But for the most part, I always try to bring somebody, and he always there in every single trip because we never know. The second point has to be careful with sellers that like to raise their prices. And personally, I do a lot of online shopping. I do a lot of vintage shopping. I'm all about shopping for my apartment, furniture pieces, and decor. So I'm pretty familiar with these prices. I know when I'm getting a good deal and when I'm not. So with that being said, just be careful with those sellers, because at the end of the day, they just want to sell a product. You have to be careful if you are getting a good deal. This happened so many times. Of course, I'm scrolling on Facebook Marketplace, saw a few bar stools that they were so expensive, and something was telling me, just double check. I highly recommend to use Google Lenses, because what that does pretty much is just capture that picture that you are posting there, and it's gonna kind of like do like an evaluation or like something in the system that's gonna just start showing similar products just like that. And that's how you know where the product is coming from, because the majority of these sellers, they don't want to say where they are from. You know what I mean? Because they know if you go to the website, you might getting a better deal buying it from the store brand new than just buying it from her. So that happens to me many times. I'm gonna try to insert pictures about these things I'm talking about so you guys can see what I mean. But this morning, randomly just scrolling, again, I'm not looking for anything, and I was just scrolling on Facebook Marketplace, and I saw a pair of these two that I actually got from Opera, but on Facebook Marketplace somebody is selling for $350. If you go to Amazon, literally that's pretty much how much they cost, just the pair, and they're not new. I mean, they look in great condition, don't get me wrong, but I'd rather spend that kind of money in something brand new that I'm able to return if I want to, or if something happened, I can just go ahead and contact the store. It's just so many benefits that comes with actually buying it from the store. So yeah, I saw a pair this morning for like $350, and I got these three brand new pretty much for $250. If you see what I'm talking about, sometimes sellers not gonna share where they had these items from, just because they're trying to get a deal at the end of the day and just sell the product. So just be careful. Just use Google Lenses or do your own research. I personally go online and do my research on Wayfair, and that was another story that I shared in my last video too. It was some bar stools that they are from Wayfair, and she was like kind of pricey, and when I went online, the regular price is not even that expensive. It's actually way lower than what she's asking. So again, just be careful. Just keep in mind, do your research before you put your money on, because at the end of the day, they're trying to sell a product and gain something back. The next point will have to be always check the condition of the furniture pieces that you're getting, decor, whatever you are looking for, because it's very, very important. Why? Of course, I want you to know what you're getting, you know, but also the price can be negotiable, depends the damage. Some people will have something listed super expensive, but maybe the chair has stains, maybe it's broken somewhere. Those are things that you can easily negotiate with the seller and get what you want. Just because, again, first you need to know what you're getting. If it's good, the categories goes as new, used like new, good, and fair. Of course, fair is like, it's okay. So again, just keep in mind, depends the condition of what they claim the furniture piece is looking like, is how you can actually negotiate with them as far as prices. So always check that, not just for the price, but also I want you to make sure that you're getting something good. Next point, I believe I've been saying it already, but never be afraid to ask for negotiate the price. You're not losing anything. And if the person get upset, because that happens to me before, the person let me on red, or sometimes she just have an attitude with me, it's okay, it wasn't for you, it's fine. But never be afraid to negotiate a price. Now I have another point that I don't recommend to negotiate a price if you really want that piece. We're gonna go into that point eventually. The next one is has to be, if they are selling a big furniture and you don't have the transportation for it, feel free to ask for delivery. And I'm not talking about you live in, I don't know, in LA and you're trying to get something from Charlotte. No, not the type of delivery. I'm talking about local delivery. So for example, once again, I sell things on Facebook Marketplace, and recently I sold a mirror, and she really wanted this mirror, but it seems like she have a hard time to come over. And I mean, we're like an hour away, and I don't know if she have kids or she don't have the transportation. I don't know, you know, but I was like, I actually can deliver it to you for a small fee. She was like, how small it's gonna be? And I literally just asked for $20 more. That's it, because I want to make sure I'm getting something. I'm selling you this mirror, but also driving is a lot of miles, gas, you guys know what it is. So don't be afraid to ask a seller, hey, I really want this piece, I like this furniture, I like this table, I don't have the transportation right now, can you please deliver it to me for like a small fee on the side? And most of the times they will work with you. Normally I keep the range between $20, honestly. But yeah, don't be afraid to ask the seller if you really want something and you find yourself not be able to rent a U-Haul or find somebody to pick it up because it's a big furniture piece, to ask for delivery and being willing to pay an extra fee. Now, this is more from the seller perspective, but I also say it for myself as well. When I saw these bar stools, I knew that I was getting a good deal, because again, for the pair, they're going almost for $350, $400, insane. So when I got these three for $250, I didn't bother to even ask for, hey, can you do $150 instead? No, I'm getting the best deal possible. And I know some people probably gonna try to downballing her, but again, if I know what I'm getting is a good deal, I'm not even gonna bother. So what I wrote here says, if you really want something and the price is fair and it's understandable, don't try to lower the price or sound difficult. Remember, it's a lot of people trying to get what you want as well, and most likely the seller will go with first come first serve. So yeah, if you know you're getting a good deal, don't try to get away and saying, hey, can you do this instead? That happens to me all the time as a seller. I post some things for $100 and I get people for like, do you take 40? For 100 to 40, do you see that? Because if you say $80, I might can work with you, but from 100 to 40, do you see where I'm coming from? Do you see where I'm coming from? So again, if you really like this piece, you already want it so bad, and you know you're getting a good deal, don't try to lower more the price than what it is, because what they're gonna do, they can get upset, they might don't get back to you, they might don't respond no more, or they're just gonna go with the first person that say, hey, I'm able to pick it up right now. The next point will have to be, don't use too much the automatized message. I hope I say that word right. Anyways, when you see something on Facebook and you click automatically the send part when it says if this is available, sometimes that is helpful, but as a seller, I get that all the time. And what it does is just an easy click that anybody is doing it, but nobody's really following up with it. For example, the lamps that I saw from Facebook Marketplace, as you guys know, they're like clay pots, very beautiful. They're vintage, and I mean, that was a great price. It was $70 for 2 lamps. Right now, they are in my bedroom. And as soon as I saw that lamp, I didn't even bother to say it is available. I literally went straight to the question and asked her, can I pick this up right now? She was like, do you really want it? Because I have a lot of people interested in asking me right now. And I was like, I'm 30 minutes away from you. I have the cash. I'm ready. So sometimes if you really like something and you really want it like so bad, don't be asking, is this still available? Clear is available, because the listing is up. Sometimes it's not, because the sellers sometimes forget to just get rid of the post or just mark it as sold. But for the most part, when you see a listing up, it's available. So when I saw those lamps, I was straightforward. I just went straight to the question instead to ask if it's available. I think that's a waste of time for the seller. At the end of the day, they're just trying to get rid of it. So I just went straight to the question and asked her, can I pick this up today? Can I pick it right now? And that's all she needed for me, to send me the address. And next you know, after 30 minutes, I was already there. So I'm not gonna say don't use it is available. I still do if I'm not too sure about something. Sometimes, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I just press if it's available, just it doesn't get lost in anywhere, and it's right there in my messenger. But for the most part, I try to minimize that. If I really want the piece or the furniture, the decor, whatever it is that I want to pick up, I try to stay away from the automatically messages that Facebook create for you. Just a side note, just remember that sellers can rate buyers. So if you buy something for somebody, they can literally rate you for stars, for writing something to you, whatever. So always be respectful and kind, because we will think like this is only the seller review, but you're also getting a review. So make sure you are respectful and kind, because that also can help you for future purchases on Facebook Marketplace. When somebody say like you have good reviews, good feedback from just buying things over there, they most likely will consider you before anybody that probably doesn't have no feedback at all. Always set a budget for that week if you know that you want to get something, because I find myself sometimes I say things back to back and I just want it all. And I'm like, okay, Jocelyn, just take a moment, you know. So always set a budget for that week, for that month, maybe whatever it's convenient for you, that you feel more organized and it's gonna just work better for you. Just have a budget that define your purchases, because again, it can be very overwhelming when you are just searching and you start finding, oh my god, I saw this couch, I saw these bar stools, this is exactly what I need, I saw these tables. So now you are just like with all these things, and of course you don't want to overspend. So it's very important to set up a budget when you do secondhand, because it can be a lot when you just start scrolling and you just want everything there. The next thing I want to say is that always remember that when something doesn't work for you, is because something better is coming. This always happened to me, and I had this story that I don't think I ever shared it on my vlogs before, but before I even got this couch, I saw another couch that honestly, I'm glad that didn't work out, because I'm obsessed with my couch. I keep getting a lot of questions about it because it's that great, it's beautiful, it's comfortable, it's from Ashley Furniture. I got it from Facebook Marketplace, but it's from Ashley Furniture. It's like that sink for a little bit. But I saw this couch that I really liked, and I was going back and forth with the seller, and I mean, the communication was perfect, and she was a little bit dry, but I mean, as long as we're going back and forth, that's all it matters. So I remember the same day that I was about to pick it up, I reached out to her. I was like, hey, I saw that you marked the couch on pending. It's still for me, right? She's like, oh, somebody else is coming over. And I was so close to rent a U-Haul just to pick this couch up, and the fact that she sold it to somebody else, I mean, I let her a bad review. I'm sorry, but I feel like the whole time the couch was for me, and then you ended up putting on pending. I wanted to double check. At this point, you're selling something. I remember that day I was very sad because I really wanted a new couch, and at the end of the day, I'm so glad that didn't work out for me, because again, as I mentioned before, you're always gonna find something so much better. I promise you. I saw it so many times in my purchases, and I'm here to tell you, you always find something even better than what you imagine. The other point I want to make is that sometimes sellers can take in consideration the drive. So for example, I've been in situations where as a seller and even as a customer, I see something and it's like 2 hours away, and the person wants to really sell it like no matter what. So I was like, hey, I'm 2 hours away, I don't mind to make a drive, but do you mind to work with the price? And most of the times they will work with you because they're trying to be considerate with your time, the gas, and the fact that you're just driving like an hour or two for it. You know, they're like, I mean, it is what it is. I just want to get rid of it. Nobody's really reached out to me, so it's fine, and they will lower the price. That leads me to the next point, which is very crucial. Always check how long the listing is up. It's a great feature because depends how long the listing is up is how you can start negotiating the price. And I'm just gonna start with my dining room. A lot of people ask me for my dining room like literally every time. This is the vintage dining table that is literally from Italy. Like if I go down, literally had the whole mark over there that says made in Italy. I love it so much. I love travertine, I love everything. And I'm gonna show the post over here so you guys can see the times that she marked this down is incredible. At first she got a listing for $3,600. I'm not gonna say it's not worth it, because it actually worth even more than that. I did my research and I found the same dining table right now for like $10,000. So she had this listing for a long time, and I reached out to her around February. I said, oh my god, I was wondering if you can sell me the table by herself, because she was selling the table and the chairs. So she was like, I could do the table for $1,000. I didn't respond to that. I don't think it was a bad price anyways, but in the moment, I don't know, I think I was moving, I was doing a lot of things, so I never got back to her. So that was on February 16, 2023. Then after that, I see that she reduced the price $1,350. Then she reduced the price for $1,300. Then she went down to $1,250. At this point, she just trying to get rid of it. So I decided to make the price. I was like, good afternoon, I see you still had the table available. I was wondering if you can take $100 for the table. She agreed 100%. She didn't say no, $1,000. She was like, yeah, I take it. So it's very important to see how long the listing is up, because sometimes it gets to the point where the seller really wants to get rid of it, and at this point nobody is willing to pay that. So at this point any offer is good. So $800 for this table, I promise you guys, that's nothing compared to the actual value of this table. I'm telling you right now, her asking for $3,600, that's still a good deal compared to the age, how vintage it is, and how valuable are these furniture pieces. So yeah, I got my travertine stone table for only $800, and I think it was such an amazing deal. Next point, always being open for other apps. Okay, I know Facebook Marketplace is my thing. They call me the queen of Facebook Marketplace for a reason, but again, recently I got these bar stools from OfferUp. I normally don't use OfferUp. I generally can tell you that most of the times I don't buy anything. This is actually my first time buying something from OfferUp, and it was this. So sometimes Facebook Marketplace can feel repetitive. Just start seeing the same listings, people just, you know, keeping the same same things posted, and you start getting familiar with the posts, the people, so you get tired and you're like, okay, let me just switch. And when I went to OfferUp, I was able to find the bar stools. So again, be open to other apps, OfferUp, Craigslist. I don't know if at this point we probably have more than that. Always be open to check other ads, because it's so funny, because most of the time when I check OfferUp, person had that post already on Facebook, you know, so they try to get any type of way. And I do it too as a seller. Sometimes if I don't feel like I'm selling something on Facebook, I go to OfferUp just to get something. But just be open to other apps because it's more out there. And last but not least, it has to be, of course, have fun with this app. I'm telling you, I think the reason why sometimes we don't get what we want is because we are looking for something. So you purposely stress yourself out, you go there and you keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and sometimes you really have to just have fun with it, you know? I go with the mentality of literally not finding anything. I check my Facebook Marketplace casually every hour, and sometimes I'm not even looking for anything, but it's becoming like, you know, when you open Instagram, when you open Facebook, when you open YouTube, whatever, it's becoming like a habit for me to just, oh, let me see what's up, literally every single hour. It's so funny because Terrence was telling me it's crazy because every time I see you focus on your phone and I check with you in Facebook Marketplace, I already know where you're at. So don't stress. It's been times where I personally don't find anything, and that's totally okay. You don't have to have the mentality of, I'm gonna open the app and I'm gonna find something. I mean, it will be amazing if you find something that you truly like, but again, just have fun with the app. Don't stress yourself out. That you guys will have to be my tips and tricks to find Facebook Marketplace finds, but also shop safely. I think the majority of the things that I say in this video is mainly your safety. I saw horrible stories about people picking up things on Facebook Marketplace. It was horrible. I mean, this pregnant girl, she saw some cute little clothes for her unborn baby, and she ended up meeting up with this person. It was a lady, and she 100% freaking crazy because she ended up, you know, YouTube is very sensitive with some of these words, so I'm not even gonna say it, but you know what happened, and unfortunately she didn't make it. I believe the baby did, and she was claiming that the baby was hers. And I mean, it is so heartbreaking because I mean, I cannot imagine me as a customer when I see something on Facebook. I'm driving and the whole drive is just me so exciting. I want to speed up. I don't want nobody to be on my way. I want to get what I want. Especially when I got those lamps, I was so freaking excited. I was just speeding. I just wanted to get there and get it. So I cannot imagine how happy she was just getting clothes and pretty much a good deal for her unborn baby. And she ended up in a really bad situation. So I don't want to say this story to scare you guys, but this is why I emphasize a lot the safety, because it's very important to shop safely. Nothing matters more than your life. No a couch, no a decor, nothing here in this apartment is more valuable than myself. So I'm always aware, I'm always asking, I'm always sharing location, I always bring somebody with me, and I just wanted to really make sure I say those points because I don't want nobody to like, oh my god, Jocelyn just had a lot of luck. She's so blessed with Facebook Marketplace. Every time she go there, she always finds something. Every time I click her videos or I click a home decor haul or something, she just showing a lot of things that she buy from Facebook. And I also want to make sure you guys do this safely because it's very, very important. We are living in really bad times, and I don't want nobody to be involved in a really bad situation just because you guys feel inspired by me. And I hope it was educational for you. I hope I didn't miss any information, and I hope you guys really like it. I really did enjoy this sit down video that normally I don't do often unless it's like a home decor haul or something like that. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying my content. As always, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, comment. Don't forget to follow me over my social medias, TikTok and Instagram, LTK, all of that will be linked in the description box below. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.